And welcome back. You're listening to the KPCW Community Campfire, and I'm joined in the studio by artist Hana Kamler and my co-host John Burdick.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks.
So Hana, thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, never been on the radio really, so
Wow.
this is the first time I've ever had my songs played or ever talked to anybody.
You've
on the
been
radio,
on our
so.
radio, though.
Yeah. Never interviewed though. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you based? Where did you come from? How did you get into music? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in Reno, Nevada. I lived there for 15 years. Moved out to California halfway through high school. Horrible move, because you're moving and you got your whole life set up, and then it kind of just gets flipped upside down. So, and then I just realized, we grew up ski racing, so I skied a lot, and I didn't want to go back to Reno. I want to go somewhere new for college. So then I went to the University of Utah, stayed there for 4 years, and then said, I love it so much, I think I'm just going to keep staying. So I studied finance in college, so I actually do work like a desk job at a bank. And then the joke is like, oh yeah, I love playing music. And then in my free time, I also sit at a desk for 10 hours a day and work out that way. And then, as far as music goes, started piano at 10. Guitar I picked up at 15, started writing and singing somewhere in between that, but self-taught on everything. And going into college is just always a hobby. And then by the end of college, I really just wanted to start taking it more seriously. So putting myself out there, talking to people like, hey, going up and down Main Street with a business card, can I play for you? Can I play for you? Can I play for you? And it kind of just started snowballing after that. So that's kind of how we got into it.
Oh, excellent. John, do you want to take this one?
So looking at, you mentioned you played piano. Do you still play piano?
Yes,
yeah?
I do. I don't take it to gigs because it's kind of hard to bring up the piano and get that all plugged in and the guitar, and I've got a nice set on the guitar, so I kind of just stick to that.
And this was just self-driven, like you didn't, like my mom made me take piano lessons when I was a kid.
I took a year, and then I was like, wow, I'm so bad at reading sheet music. I think got to stick to the YouTube videos. So, and then the guitar, I found the guitar in my dad's closet. And it was a classical guitar, nylon strings, like really, huge neck. And I got small hands. So I didn't even know how to play a bar chord for like 5 years. So it was tough. And then that was self-taught. But I feel like with piano, I kind of hit a wall a little bit. Mm-hmm. But with guitar, no sheet music, no training. And I feel like there's always something to learn. So I've kind of stuck with guitar a little bit more.
So it was that's what made you make the switch, is that you got to teach yourself, and it became more of a, I don't know, a journey for you, climbing up and figuring it out yourself. That was fun.
It's easy to carry around, take it to a friend's house to jam. Took it easier to take to college, and so I kind of just stuck with the guitar from then on. And there was more, like, for me, songwriting opportunities within the guitar. I think I got stuck in a rut of writing really sad stuff on the piano. I guess it's like easier. And then once I got into guitar, I was like, wow, there's so many things you can do with it that I wasn't doing on piano. So that's kind of where the guitar came out of.
Nice.
So are you a full-time artist now, or you still do both a day job and art?
Second, got to pay rent.
Yeah.
So I stuck with the health insurance now.
I always talk about like an artist has some job that just puts them over the edge, right? And then they're just like, I can't do this 9-to-5 thing anymore. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if you have any of those jobs that are like pushing you to say, you know what, I could just busk, I could do what I got to do just to do this full-time.
Well, I was going to work at a coffee shop and gig full-time after college. And then I just had to take, this was 9 months ago, and at this point I was still really getting my foot in the door into the music scene in Park City. So I actually didn't have a ton of gigs lined up yet, so I was like, hey, realistically, can I afford rent? And the answer was no. Mm-hmm. So I'm scrambling. I'm graduating in 2 weeks. I'm doing job interviews. I'm just taking this. I got the job offer the day I walked for grad. But no, I don't think I'll snap. Yeah, I think that's like the snap. Like, you're like, I'm done, I love my job, actually. So the people I work with are awesome and also super supportive. I'm like, hey, I got a gig up in Park City at 5. They're like, yeah, knock yourself out. Leave at 4:30. Is all your stuff done? Yep. All right. See ya. So it's like, why would I quit my desk job if I'm still able to do both? So we'll see, and I feel like as I climb the corporate ladder, I'll get more time off, and then I can spend that time recording. And so no snap yet, but we're doing well. I mean, I've been there for 9 months now, so it's still pretty early on in the career.
Yeah, well, it's nice to hear that there's a bit of symbiosis there, that
Right.
it's working for you, and I appreciate that you still make the time to do your music.
It's whenever you're stressed out or whenever anything's going on in your life, I like to think of it as good content for songwriting. So if I'm like really, really stressed at work, I'm gonna write a really good song after work, So it's, if anything, it's like motivating in a really weird way, but
Sure, inspiration.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Comes from life.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to touch a bit on your songwriting. So you said you were self-taught. So how did you teach yourself to then songwrite? That's a big step.
Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think. I think I wrote my first song when I was 12, and I think it comes out of like an emotional place. You're really going through puberty. You don't know what's going on. You're like, what are these new emotions? And so I would learn, the way it started was I would learn a song that I really liked, and then I would scrap out the melody and the lyrics and then write my own on the same chord. So it kind of started with that little bit of copying.
Mm-hmm.
And then over time, you're like, oh, well, what if I did this chord instead? And then it totally changes the vibe of the song, and then you change what you're singing about, and then it kind of builds up from there. So the way I taught myself songwriting was finding people who really inspired me, songs that I liked, and then saying, okay, what did I like about that song? Can I do something similar? Not copy them, but
Yeah.
I think that's pretty, like, there are a lot of songs out there that are similar to other songs, and then it kind of just progressed up to there. You hit a wall, you're like, okay, every single song I've written so far sounds the same over the last 5 months. Like, now it's time to learn something new, whether that's a new strumming pattern, new chord progression, tuning your guitar a different way, picking some other melody, and so then it progressed from there. But yeah, definitely it comes from the emotional. You're going through something, you're gonna write about it.
Yeah, it's your therapy, right?
Yeah, it's totally my therapy. Guitar's name is Susan. She's heard a lot. Yeah.
Well, we'd also love to hear from Susan. What do you want to play for the first song of the track here?
Sure. I mean, I guess maybe it would be fun to play something that I've already released that you guys have played, so I can go play Under the Weather was the first single I ever released. I wrote it 2 years ago. So it'd be kind of fun since they never hear it live, so I can go ahead and
Let's do
snag
it
that
live
one.
here in studio.
Okay, sounds great. Head in my hands, got the phone in the bed. I don't wanna read the text you just sent to me. It's 2 in the morning, your truck's in the drive. I know I'll be in it for a long night, but I know how this goes. You're outside my door, you tell me that you miss me. I'll tell you I miss you more. This winter's colder and not so longer. Whiskey is strong, wish that I was stronger. So don't come back, we'll go right back to how we were. I know that, don't know why I keep telling you. Coming, it's cold outside. I must feel under the weather, 'cause I know better than that, yeah. I know. Wake in the morning, just for a moment, entertain ideas we know we shouldn't. Say it's the last time, then erase the drum line round and round till I lose my mind. I know how this goes. You walk out my door, you tell me it's the liquor. I tell you it's nothing more. This winter's colder, days are shorter. Whiskey is strong, wish that I was stronger. So don't come back, we'll go right back to how we were. I know that, don't know why I keep telling you. Coming, it's cold outside. I must feel under the weather, 'cause I know better than that, and I know better, I know better, I know. Must be the weather, 'cause I know better than that, yeah. I know. Come back, we'll go right back to how we were. I know that, don't know why I keep telling you. Coming, it's cold outside. I must feel under the weather, 'cause I know better than that.